Hello, it's a wonderful opportunity to speak to you today about the upcoming City Raptor call for proposals. We'll be presenting today with my colleague, Taylor Sawyer, on the call, and it's the call content, the evaluation process, and the next steps. So we will have about 15 slides to share with you today, and this is just the first of a few activities we'll have to interact with you and help you prepare. Okay, next slide. Okay, so the City Raptor. Raptor is about rapid applications for transport. And the objective of the Raptor project is to have agile innovation. Importantly for us, we want niche city challenges and specific locations with owners identified that can act. This is an important project for us because we ran a pilot project in 2021 which was successful and was approved by the EIT to allow us to then run City Raptors in the control of the partners. Importantly, this is about cities applying to run their own programs. One of our critiques of the program is that cities didn't feel as though they were in charge of their own innovation and were parts of large projects with smaller budgets. This is a chance for the cities to decide what they want to fix, how they want to fix it, and who should do it for it. It's an opportunity for the cities to co-develop and test solutions with small companies, teams, and startups. There's a maximum duration of 8 months, so it's wonderful to see it's going to be a fast, agile activity. We will be aiming to award 3 City Raptors to provide 3 grants to arrive at minimum viable products per city. Thank you. Next slide. Eligibility. Now, as we've talked about, the cities are the core of this City Raptor. So we have stated that the lead applicant should be an EIT Urban Mobility Core Partner or an affiliated entity of a core partner. By that, we expect the lead applicants to be a city. Okay. So we have changed some of the rules, so listen carefully here. We think consortia could be a minimum of 2 partners while respecting 2 member states or associated states, but we expect a maximum of 3. For example, we would have a city which could identify 3 specific challenges within their city. They may choose to work with a city university that has experience with accelerators or venture builders, and they have an option to have another partner, which may be a university or a city partner in another country that they work closely and cooperate with, and we want to be part of assessing and understanding how this is done. So the minimum number could be 2 from 2 different member states, but we think most of them will. 1 Raptor project will be reserved for a risk awardee, and we're going to have a special section for those. So the risk countries, if you need to know who these countries are, we have special map on others. Next slide. So Taylor, do you want to lead us through the key dates?
Yes, thank you, Gareth. So here in this table, you can see the key dates we have for the City Raptor. And you can see that we have begun on the 14th of December when the call for proposals and documents and corresponding documents went live on the website. So you can find all of that information on our EIT Urban Mobility site. And the call will be closing on the 14th of February next year in 2022. The eligibility check will come after that, and the admissibility check at the end of February, followed by the evaluation of proposals by external experts. So we will mention later, there is a 2-part evaluation that takes place. First is the evaluation of the proposals, and then the best proposals will move on to a panel hearing. We had a very good experience with the panel hearings in our Raptor pilot, so we're really looking forward to this part of the process that will take place at the end of March. And then we will communicate the results to you in early April of 2022. That means the project can start on the 1st of May. Now, after the 1st of May, what happens for those who are selected to run a City Raptor? What does it involve to run a City Raptor? Well, for the call for proposals, you will have already defined 3 specific niche city mobility challenges. And what that means, we will explain in another information session that will also be available on our YouTube channel. So you can learn all about that in our next information session. With these niche city mobility challenges, you will run a competition to have teams, startups, and SMEs submit solutions to propose their best ideas to solve these challenges. Once you've selected the best solution for each of these challenges, you get to run the City Raptor program with these 3 winners. That involves providing 2 days minimum of office space for the winners for up to 4 months. That also involves providing a mentoring and support program to the awardees. And for that, we prefer that you have industrial partners and city partners to provide that specific mentoring. And then at the end, the most exciting part perhaps is that these winners get to test the minimum viable product that they have developed during this time period in the location that is specified in your niche challenge. So that is the big picture of what running a City Raptor involves. Gareth, is there anything else I missed here?
I think one of the most important things is how much fun Raptor has been, both in the pilot, and we expect you to enjoy it. It gives us all a chance to be involved with the innovation face-to-face instead of long time scales with multiple actors. You're literally at the coalface, and that's the difference of the agile management and the timelines. We can innovate faster, and we do expect that some of these solutions that come forward might not succeed, but that's the same with large projects too. So we just take a risk either way in innovation. So we're quite happy that we're changing a little bit and mixing and blending the type of projects we do.
Great, thanks. And could you tell us about Raptor funding and co-funding?
Sure. Okay. So as you know, we have allocated right now up to 630,000 that will be divided between the 3 City Raptors. Each Raptor will have to give out 90,000 euros, which is equal to the 3 challenge winners getting a disbursement of about 30,000 each. And when you look at the information document, you'll see that there's a package worth of 50,000 of value, which is the mentorship, the office space, technical support, etc. But 30,000 per person would be the support given to them. This money will be dispersed by EIT, Urban Mobility, and we have a special session on that. Having discussed with some of our partners, many of our cities and some of the partners we have aren't comfortable to be responsible to negotiate financial sustainability, and we didn't want that burden. So we will be part, EIT Urban Mobility will be part of each project, and we'll hold the 90,000 to ensure that we can organise that on your behalf and for the best interests of the organisation and the SMEs. Okay, so there's a special session on that, so we can go into the details and make sure you understand that. On co-funding, we have the minimum co-funding across innovation, which is 30%, and we expect that to be the same in this project. Any co-funding above 30% will be positively assessed. What's interesting is that we have found some large technical companies, engineering companies, etc., that came forward and offered to be part of the process in the evaluation and in mentoring without cost. And this is the type of partnership we think that we can make happen with some of the connections that you have in your city. So start thinking about who can support this program as part of their own engineering activity and their contribution to your city. Next slide. So how do you actually do it? Importantly, we will not be using Plaza. Only once you win a project will you have to go into Plaza. Okay, so we're trying to take the difficulty away from you, and this is a really simple proposal. I'll let Taylor explain how we're using this slide.
So the tool we will be using for you to submit your proposals is called Awards Platform. We have the EIT Urban Mobility Awards Platform website, which I've linked here at the top. And it's a very user-friendly platform. So to start, all you have to do is register on the platform, and you just need to provide the information that you can see here in the center of the screen. Name, email, optional phone, password. After that, in order to get into the platform, it's important that you go to your email and then confirm your account. Otherwise, you won't be able to access the platform. So confirm your email. And then after that, you're ready to go. So when you log into the platform, you will see a screen that looks like this. So all you have to do is go to this purple button that says Start New Application. It will take you to a screen that looks like this. And first you need to select a category. That means, what are you applying for? There might be a couple things listed here. The thing that you're looking for is the City RAPTOR call for proposals. So you click on that, and then it will ask you to write an application name. You simply just write your organization's name here. After that, you can get into the application tabs. So the different tabs are what you can see here. There's a overview. And in the overview tab, that will ask you for your name, your contact details for the core partner applying, and then also for the second partner, and if you have applied with a third partner as well. And it's important to note that while you don't need to go into Plaza to submit this application, we do need your Plaza ID number in this overview section. So just as long as you're registered on Plaza, put your number in the overview tab with your other contact details. The next tab is excellence. The next tab is impact. The next is implementation. Here you can have a kind of preview of what you will see in the implementation tab. Each of these tabs has just 3 or 4 questions, and these questions are in the call for proposal document, so you can see them there. This application is also already live, so you can go straight into the application and see these questions as well. They match, of course, the questions in the call for proposals. And then the last tab is a budget tab, and there you will be invited to upload a document with your budget. The formatting we're looking for there is just a simple table, and that's also in the call for proposals text. So you can find that and you can upload it. So that's the end of the submitting a proposal overview. One thing I wanted to note is, as you can see here at the bottom of the screen, it is possible to save your application and come back to it. So you can get started and then come back to it another day if you like. And then when you're ready, you can submit the application with this submit application button. So that's the overview. And then next I will send it back to Gareth to talk about the evaluation criteria.
Thank you. So we're very excited for the awards platform. It's a very simple, intuitive tool. And in the evaluation, it's the exact same tool that we'll use to track the responses, and we'll score accordingly. So it's a really simplified system, and we think you're going to like it. So the phase 1, we will have external experts, and we will evaluate each of the proposals put forward by City. They will award points, and you'll see the number of points per question, so you know exactly in the document that you provided. You will see in the call document each question and how many points are allocated to it. The totals make up for excellence 50, impact 50, and implementation 20. Implementation for us is key. We're working on an 8-month project, agile and fast. If you can't implement, if you don't have access to the data, or the location you want is not under your control, then you really shouldn't be applying. So when we ask you to provide information, you have to be able to provide your 3 defined specific challenges: what part of the city, what's the issue, what you want to achieve, who owns it, and where they're under the project that you're developing. You have to have those 3 each challenges all ready when you submit the call. Importantly, in our pilot in 2021, this took the greatest amount of time, which is why we want this done in advance. Okay. Now, once we've done phase 1, we will invite the top city applications to come for a hearing. Okay. And in that hearing, we will give you initial feedback on the phase 1. You will get a list of some questions, and you will prepare those questions, and you will come to the phase 2 panel here. This is when you will talk more about the mobility challenges, and you will have a chance with the city themselves to present their case to the EIT, 1 representative of the external value in the business judge. And importantly, there will be 15 points in that hearing, and then 15 points on prepared and some specific answers that you gave and the detail that met the questions that we gave you in phase 1. Okay, so this is the two-stage process. If anything, just think about the second panel hearing is a little bit like the negotiation phase to conclude final ideas so we can do it a lot faster. Okay, the next slide, please. Steps, what's happening next?
Yes, so sorry. So the next steps in the Raptor process, well, we are currently now in the call content and evaluation process session. So this is going to be available on YouTube. And then our next session, also taking place in December, that will also be recorded and released onto the EIT Urban Mobility YouTube, as I mentioned earlier, is about how to define those niche city mobility challenges to include in your call, in your proposal for this call. And then the next two information sessions will be live. They're taking place in January. The first one in January will be about the financial sustainability that we're looking for in this call. And then the second one will be about the inclusion of a risk raptor within this City Raptor call. So you can join us for those and ask your questions live during those Zoom events. And then the other event that will be taking place is not necessarily an event, but actually an opportunity for you to book a one-on-one session with our ILOs. And those can be booked up until the submission deadline on the 14th of February. So in January, early February, you can get in touch with the ILOs and book a time to have a one-on-one conversation about your application. This brings us to the end of our session today. So is there anything else we would like to add, Gareth?
I think the most important thing is this is a major step in how we make our portfolio respond to the critique of the cities and give the cities a chance to be in charge. Okay, so this will be a wonderful opportunity to see how the Raptor call works. You can submit any questions you've got to the service desk at EIT.eu, and the subject should be Raptor call to make sure we get that straight away. But the most important thing is we want to encourage you to talk within your city so that you can bring problems on security, problems on availability, new services that are underused, and you can bring us a plethora of projects with different types of issues. If you go into the existing projectraptor.eu from the pilot, you will be able to see examples of the type of city niche challenges provided and all the documentation that we use. Please go have a look at that website. There'll be a lot of information there for you, and it will help you understand so that when you do come to your one-to-one discussions, you can ask accurate and specific questions of what you need. So based on that, we look forward to seeing you over the next 2 months or so. And we expect lots of communication, and we're excited to work closely with the City Club and partners within our organization. Thank you very much.